Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. Draymond Green is back again, right? He back out here on these streets working it up for LeBron James. Why Draymond does this, I don't know. Right, I don't know why Draymond be twerking more for LeBron than he does Stephen Curry, bro. Y'all realize that? Draymond twerks more for LeBron, who's not even his teammate, never even been his teammate, than he does for Stephen Curry. He spends more time arguing on the behalf of LeBron James than he does Stephen Curry, bro. That should say everything. You saw the video when the Lakers was playing against the Warriors and Andre Iguodala did the gesture where Draymond was over there smiling and kikiing with LeBron in the middle of a game. In the middle of a game, he was like, yo, I'm so happy to see you, LeBron, bro. I'm so happy to see you. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I can understand if you and dudes is cool off the court, but come on, like even during games, bro, like it's crazy. Like there's not even competitive. Like even when you saw Barkley and Jordan on the Oprah show, there was at least some banter going on, some back and forth, digs at him. Nah, this one is all give me a hug and give me a kiss, bro. Like I love you, man. This is great. LeBron is. I'm like, yo. What is going on? So Draymond Green appears again, right? He pops out again. And I saw this post last night. So apparently he was on Kai Cenat's stream. I've never seen a stream in my life, right? I've never seen it, never, ever seen it. So the post comes up and it's from sideline sources and it says this. I'm going to just show you the post first. MJ had Pippen. Bron was winning games with Matthew Dellavedova. That guy stinks. No disrespect. Draymond Green on why LeBron James is the GOAT. So I saw that and I'm like, come on, man. You can't who has time for these dudes, man? Because the reason I have the reaction I'm having is that these arguments are so lame and they're so weak. It's like, are we even here? So shout out to Too Raw for TV. He was doing a show about it, and he was actually able to track down the audio of this, of Draymond saying this on Kai Cenat's live stream. So what we want to do is want to play what Draymond Green had to say so you guys can hear it for yourselves, and then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Draymond Green had to say here.
I don't think MJ had many guys that went through that. Like Scottie Pippen is like
Matthew Dellavedova.
Deli Dellavedova. Like Matt, he won 2 games in the NBA Finals with Deli.
Like Matthew Dellavedova.
I got a lot of respect for Deli. Stinks. I respect his game. Completely stinks. Like he can win with like guys like that.
So you heard what he had to say. According to Draymond Green, he was dropping gems. According to him and people that think like him, son was dropping gems. He was like, oh my God, bro. Like, man, Draymond out here making the GOAT debate a non-debate. Oh my God. Did you hear the point he said there? This is incredible. Draymond, you got it. You got and I put up on the post. I'm like, you do know he lost with Dellavedova, right? I mean, you do know that. You talking like as if he won game. He lost the championship. But let's get to the larger point here. Draymond is essentially saying that LeBron has played with bad basketball players and still been able to win games. Hasn't many great players that play with bad players won basketball games? I can understand if you're saying he won championships with them. But winning games is the bar now? That's what we're winning, what, regular season game or playoff game? So you have that aspect of it. Was Draymond Green not on Earth when they dropped the 2020 Last Dance docuseries? Was he not here? Was Draymond not here? When Jordan got to the Bulls, what were they known for? What was the Chicago Bulls known for? What were the jokes about them around the NBA? They were drug users and crackheads and all. That's the organization Michael Jordan joined. And he ended up building that franchise. There was a nothing franchise into arguably the most famous dynasty in sports history with the Chicago Bulls. When we were watching the Last Dance docuseries in Game 6 versus Utah, what was happening in Game 6, Draymond? Because I'm sure you're the historian of the sport. But don't y'all remember that Scottie Pippen was having severe back spasms? Don't y'all remember that? I remember that. So Scottie himself even said throughout that entire game, he was a decoy. He was a non-factor. Now, this is in a finals game. So Scottie was there in presence, but he wasn't there in impact. What did Jordan do in that game, Draymond? When he was playing with all the other players, what did he do? What did he do? Did he not go out there and win the finals with that performance that he did? But let's take it a step further. Let's do the inverse of this argument. Let's switch from the bad players that these guys played with. Instead, let's look at the good players that they played with. Let me ask you guys a question since we're playing a hypothetical game. How many championships do you think Michael Jordan would have won in his 15-year NBA career if Jordan got to play alongside talents like Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, Luka Doncic, and Anthony Davis? How many championship trophies do you think Michael Jordan could have been able to win? I'm going to go for about 9 or 8. 9 or 8. Those are the top of the shelf talent that LeBron James played with. Now, let's look at the top of the shelf talent that Michael Jordan played with. I think he played with Worthy for 1 year. He played with Horace Grant, who I believe is in the Hall of Fame. Tony Kukoc, who's in the Hall of Fame. Dennis Rodman, who's in the Hall of Fame. And Scottie Pippen, who's in the Hall of Fame. Which one of those players that I just listed is better than Anthony Davis? Which one of them? Which one of them is more talented offensively and talented as offensively and defensively when we're talking about the entire package as Anthony Davis? People act like Scottie Pippen was this dude. Bro, the year Jordan didn't play with the Bulls, do you know how much Scottie Pippen averaged that year? 22 points. But if you listen to these dudes, you would think Scottie put up 37 points a game that year. He averaged 22 points, bro. Jordan was winning finals with Scottie Pippen averaging like 16 points per game. 16, 17 points per game. And what these guys are trying to do is they're trying to inflate the impact of what Jordan's teammates was. And then they're now trying to deflate the impact that LeBron's teammates had on his career. And it's another roundabout way of saying he had no help. Aren't you guys tired? Aren't you guys tired? The thing is, y'all arguments are terrible. These are arguments that lame make. These are arguments that people that don't even understand basic logic and common sense make. Like, anybody reasoning at a college level does not make these kind of, even high school, like a college freshman level is not making these kind of comments. These are just the logic that these comments lack is just astounding. It's like, who said this? Who's processing information and data like this? It's just crazy stuff, cuckoo stuff. This dude is so funny, bro. So why am I laughing? So as you guys know, we did some shows the other day where we were reacting to LeBron James, who is recently on his China tour. So as you guys know, LeBron James went to China, and he's on his China tour. I think he's marketing his new shoes, which look like canoes and glitter. With the King thing that he put out the commercial that a lot of people were roasting and toasting him about, calling it cringe and all of this stuff. So people were having a good old laugh with LeBron. And just when you thought it couldn't get funnier, it did. Like, LeBron did it again. So apparently he was out there and he was at some camp or something like that. some event, and they were having what looked to be like a shoot around where different kids and LeBron James were shooting around. And LeBron James decides to go up there and start shooting jumpers. And you know the funniest thing? When I saw the videos, I saw him bricking shot. Like, LeBron threw up so many bricks, it looked like he was trying to build a new, like he was trying to build the Great Wall of China, man. This dude was just up there, like, tossing bricks, right? So I only saw like the first 3 shots, and then somebody messages me and goes, he missed every shot. I'm like, you gotta be joking, because I didn't even watch the full video. But apparently, this dude missed every single shot that he took. So for those of y'all who maybe didn't see this video or want to get a quick laugh, want to play it for you now, we're going to come back and continue on. Take a look at LeBron James here doing his thing. So good you saw that. Now, this isn't the first time LeBron James got his ass embarrassed one of his camps. We got another video from, I think, 2017 or 16, where I think he was out there in China again. And he was trying to go into his bag, and then he got stripped by like a 12 or 13 or 14-year-old. The kid strips him and then goes down the other side and dunks on him. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So take a look at this footage here of LeBron getting stripped and dunked on by some kid. Fantastic. So you guys saw that. So yesterday, I don't know if it was somebody that sent it to me on Instagram or not. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. My handle is CTABANZ. And somebody sent me, I don't know if somebody sent it to me or the video was referred to me. But there was this video going viral, right, of Michael Jordan at one of his basketball camps. And I want to show y'all the thumbnail. Right, because there's a video that was probably already out there, but I never saw it, and it's from Nice Kicks, and it says 7 years ago today, Michael Jordan, F them kids meme was born, F them kids, right? And it says in 2016, Michael Jordan and Chris Paul made a bet at CP3's youth basketball camp. If MJ missed 3 shots, every camper would get free Air Jordans. He made every shot. In 2018, a clip resurfaced online inspiring the viral fake Michael Jordan quote and meme, F them kids. So what we want to do now is we want to play this clip of a 55-year-old Michael Jordan. A 55-year-old Michael Jordan at a camp hitting every single jump shot he took. And I want you guys to juxtapose these images with the images of LeBron James doing this thing. Take a look at this clip here. So you saw the clip. I think at one point Chris Paul was putting his hand in front of his face so he couldn't see. Like these 2 clips perfectly summarized the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. I mean, it just encapsulates the two. One is like like LeBron is like a skit, man. The dude is so fun. He has his high moments, but then when he has his low moments, it's just ridiculous. Like when he was down there faking like he got hurt and he did peekaboo with the camera. I'm like, it's so LeBron, man. And then you look at Jordan and he just out there just doing Jordan-esque things, man. I mean, and what made it even worse is the guy is 55 years old. He's 55. 55. You're talking about a guy that was hitting free throws with his eyes closed. LeBron airballs free throws with both of his eyes open. We cannot make this stuff up. We're not this good. You can't make it up. I mean, you just can't. You just can't. And I know LeBron fans are going to be trying to scurry through the internet looking for clips of where Michael Jordan missed shots at his camp. You're going to find some places where he missed shots. You ain't going to find no video of him missing every single shot that he took. There is no video of that. I mean, it's just crazy, and I can see the cope in some of the comments. LeBron James shoots a better three-point. Anybody that has any sense will never say LeBron is a better three-point shooter than Michael Jordan. Whenever Jordan attempted more than 3 threes a game, he was in the high 30s in three-point shooting percentage. But you don't even need that to understand who was a better shooter. Just look at Jordan's shooting form. LeBron looks like his shooting form is like a slingshot or something. It's like, actually, I thought he had a better shooting form when he was younger. When he first came into the NBA, his jumper looked better then. Now, LeBron moves, bro, are just, it's effective. It gets the job done. Nobody's saying it's not effective, but my God, to look at it isn't. It's like, why are we watching? What are we looking at right now? This is torturous. Like, this guy is just out here torturing us with you've seen LeBron's moves when he goes into like his crab dribble and all that. You're like, yo, what is this? What is this? Like, this is horrible to look at. And I'm sorry, that also plays a role. How, like, come on, like, don't nobody want to see that. So to me, it's just hilarious because this video just perfectly encapsulates Jordan's greatness, and the other video just perfectly. There's another video of LeBron getting dunked on at one of his camps by some kid named Crawford that I think Nike and these guys had to scrub off the internet for a number of years because they didn't want that video to go viral because it was going to hurt his image. The guy got dunked on in his own camp. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. SGA just had a video that they published about 2 weeks ago with him in a camp, and he was doing behind the back moves, throwing it off the backboard, dunking. Like, it was so easy. It was so effortless. It was like, yeah, we just out here having a good time, man. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing to it. And then when LeBron comes out there, you can see he's so stiff, and because you could tell there's this fear that he has of being embarrassed. You could almost feel it for him. You could literally feel like this guy is gasping, like, oh my God, I hope I don't get embarrassed here. I hope this is not a moment where I get embarrassed. And it's almost like it happens. It's like it happens with clockwork. This is a video, or rather, this is a story that I was totally unaware of. Now, as you guys know, we've been poking fun at LeBron this week during his China tour, where he had the videos where he was up there breaking shots and all of that. We've been having a very good laugh about that. But apparently something serious occurred in the background that I must have not been paying attention to. So this afternoon or this morning, Mitch sent me over a topic about LeBron allegedly writing a letter to the Chinese government or something like that. I'm like, the Chinese, what's going on here? Well, as you guys know, there's a backstory to this with LeBron James in China. It really goes back to the time when Daryl Morey put out those tweets that really got himself in trouble with the NBA. I want to quickly read from an article here from Sporting News. It says, the Daryl Morey controversy explained how a tweet created a costly rift between the NBA and China. It continues on. With just one tweet, Daryl Morey set off a geopolitical firestorm. The Rockets general manager found himself at the center of controversy after he sent out a seemingly straightforward message on social media. but Maury's 6-word post pushed the NBA into a difficult dilemma with China, and there doesn't appear to be a simple resolution in sight. It says, what did Daryl Morey tweet? In a since deleted tweet on October 4th, Morey shared an image with the slogan, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." I believe this is the tweet there. Why did this tweet spark so much controversy? Morey inadvertently inserted the NBA in the middle of a heated debate over civil rights and extradition laws. A piece of legislation introduced over the summer in Hong Kong proposed the ability to extradite criminal suspects back to China, dropping them into a Chinese justice system in which most criminal trials end in a conviction. There were immediate concerns about protecting the civil rights of citizens and preventing them from being targeted unfairly. The nature of the bill inspired numerous anti-government, pro-democracy protests, and some of the demonstrations turned violent. Chief executive of Hong Kong, later declared the bill dead, but only withdrew it after months of protesters demanding she formally do so. How did the Rockets react to the China tweets? It says here, Rockets owner Tillman Fertitta quickly distanced the organization from Morey's comments, and Morey later walked back his statements. All-star guard James Harden also publicly apologized to China in the aftermath of Morey's tweets. So this is Tillman Fertitta's post here. It says, listen, Morey does not speak for the Houston Rockets. Our presence in Tokyo is all about the promotion of the NBA internationally, and we are not a political organization. So that's really the backdrop of what he said. But then something else happened, which was LeBron James was then asked to weigh in on what Daryl Morey said, and LeBron James did not hide his feelings about what Morey did. So what we want to do is want to play what LeBron James had to say about what Morey said at the time, and then want to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what LeBron had to say then.
I felt like with this particular situation, it was something not only was I, not informed enough about. I just felt like it was something that not only myself or my teammates or our organization had enough information to even talk about it at that point in time, and we still feel the same way.
How do you think the league handled the situation overall?
I'm not sure. I'm not here to judge how the league handled the situation. I just think that, when you're misinformed or you're not educated about something, and I'm just talking about, the tweet itself, you never know the ramifications that can happen. We all seen what that did. Not only did for our league, but for all of us in America, for people in China as well. And sometimes you have to think through things that you say that may cause harm, not only for yourself, but for the majority of people. And I think that's just a prime example of that. I'll give you a one-on-one exclusive because you're my guy.
LeBron, there was a report that you guys met with Adam while you were in China. Did you feel like he was receptive to what you guys had to say when you guys met?
I think Adam has always been receptive about what the players and the coaches and the owners or whoever kind of have comments about our league. And at that particular time, I thought he was very receptive as well. It's a tough situation for Adam as well, having to put out such a fire that he didn't create, that he didn't start. I believe it was great for him to come, from Tokyo to come to Shanghai, and for him to have a meeting with us and for us to have our opinions and what we felt was best going forward, not only for Adam and the league, but for all of us.
Would you go back if the league asked the Lakers to go back? Would you want to go back?
I've always, for me personally, like I said, I've always been welcome with open arms. I've been to China probably over 15 to 20 times. And the main reason I've always wanted to go back to China is because of the game of basketball. The game of basketball has brought people together in so many different facets, so many different countries, different people that you would never, ever expect. And that's always been my goal, going over to China, to be able to have the game that we all cover, this beautiful game of basketball that we all love and talk about every single day, to be able to bring people together in such the most positive way. And that's where we're there as well this past trip. Myself and the Lakers along with Brooklyn, we were there to continue to promote the game of basketball, because the game of basketball is all over the world, not only in China, but in India and Africa and America and so on and so on. And that's what I will continue to do, because this sport has done so much for me.
Excellent. So you heard what LeBron James had to say. So this morning I was going through the internet here and I came across this information that Mitch sent to me, where it says this from an Awful Announcing article. It says LeBron James reportedly did not personally write essay that appeared in Chinese newspaper. It said The Athletics is clarifying a viral story from Monday as James tours China for an anniversary tour with Nike. So it then continues on. A day after reports surfaced that LeBron James had published an op-ed in the Chinese state-run People's Daily newspaper, the James camp is correcting the record. Over at The Athletic, longtime James chronicler Joe Varndam reports that the paper published a transcript of a press event he conducted with its reporters. It says, despite James' name being attached to the story, two sources close to James confirmed that he did not submit an essay to the People's Daily. Instead, he conducted group interviews with reporters in the two cities he visited. Those sources stated that the words attributed to James in the article were accurate, but they were not exclusive to any news outlet. They were not submitted to anyone as an essay or opinion editorial. Early Monday, snippets of James' supposed op-ed made the rounds on American news outlets, with coverage predictably split along partisan lines. James' comments reportedly amounted to appreciation of the country and its people. Considering James's role in the NBA's relationship with China, this so-called essay carried special weight. James is on an anniversary tour of the country with Nike, but 6 years ago, he was one of the most vocal supporters of the country's leadership after then Houston Rockets executive Daryl Morey expressed support for the independence of the city of Hong Kong. Given that James has a lifetime contract with Nike and is increasingly involved as a Hollywood executive and business investor, it is understandable that James would be mindful of his reputation in China. It has proven harder to manage amid the latest tour that he likely expected. So you heard you heard the breakdown. I think I gave you guys all the pertinent information that you needed to kind of get the gist of what's going on here. What are my thoughts about this? Well, LeBron is protecting his interests. There's just no other way to summarize it, folks. He's protecting his interests. It's what people do. People usually protect their interests. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. He has a lifetime contract, as the article detailed, has a lifetime contract with Nike. So he's going to do everything that protects that relationship. And having a general manager like Daryl Morey go out there and say something like that, it hurts the NBA's relationship with China. And that's a market that they've been trying to grow ever since they got Yao Ming, which really opened up the market for them. It's one of the reasons why you see players that play for the Houston Rockets are so popular over there. Tracy McGrady, Steve Francis at one time, James Harden. When you play for the Rockets, that was Yao Ming's team. So, this doesn't surprise me one way or the other when it comes to LeBron, man. I don't get into the games of, when people say he's a justice fighter and all of that. I leave it to those people to kind of parrot those talking points and push those ideas and narratives, right? If wrong is wrong, it should be wrong everywhere in the world. All right? I mean, that would make sense, right? That would mean what? You're morally consistent. But if wrong is only wrong when it comes to this group and then is right when it comes to that group, then you're not morally consistent. But people are going to make excuses and say, oh, no, this is that. It's only wrong when they do it to me, but it's not wrong when they do it to others. Whatever justification people need to do to make themselves feel better about the reasons they support various people, it's up to them, right? I'm not here to get bogged down into it because it doesn't surprise me. That's human beings for you, all right? That's human beings for you. So let's get into this topic here. So this is a topic that I actually had no idea would actually pop up on my desk here. So as you guys know, last season we got the trade of trades, right? The trade that shook up the world. And it's a trade that incidentally went down when I was asleep. Like I was asleep when the trade happened. And then when I woke up, all hell was breaking loose. Did you hear about this? So remember when Luka Doncic got traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers? And the reason everybody was stunned was because nobody saw this trade coming. Literally nobody. And if you listen to all of the people surrounding the trade, apparently they didn't know. Now, the official story is that this trade was only kept between the governors of both teams and the general managers. That's all. And due to the relationship that Rob Pelinka and Nico Harrison have, they were the ones that were able to broker this deal between themselves while just shooting the breeze. And then before you know it, Luka got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. But also we knew already that the Dallas Mavericks were a bit reluctant to give Luka a contract because his weight had ballooned out of control, and they felt like he wasn't taking his nutrition and his dieting seriously. So we had that aspect of it. On the other side of the Lakers, Anthony Davis was absolutely blindsided. So was Luka, but so was AD. And then LeBron James also was reportedly blindsided. We kind of chronicled everything. But then later on, Anthony Davis made some comments, which were, he said he doesn't believe the stories that people are putting out there. He believes that more people know about the trade, and in fact that he got snaked. So this morning we're just kind of going through the internet, and he sent me over this article saying Jimmy Butler thinks Mavericks hid details about Luka Doncic's Laker trade. There's always more to it. And I'm like, let's discuss this further. The article then continues on. Months after the NBA was stunned by the news of the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers for a trade package centered around Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler has spoken his mind on the matter on a social media post that has now gone viral. Just like the rest of the league, Butler admitted he was baffled to hear this news. I thought it was fake, like everybody else. So did I. I didn't even have to ask. You know what I mean? It was like this guy got hacked or something. I just thought that when you use the word tradable, untouchable, you would think Luka Doncic is one of those guys, honestly. I don't know. It doesn't have too much to do with me. I was baffled by it. I'm still baffled by it. It just doesn't look right. It's just crazy. He then continued on. There's always more to it. Everybody else is always on the outside looking in. So you only know what you read. You only know what you read from socials. You don't know what was really going on behind closed doors. And then it says, and everybody's going to latch onto whatever narrative they want to believe and whatever clickbait is put out there. But there's always more to these stories. I don't know. But I can guarantee you there's more. And there's always a reason behind everything. Do I know the reason? No. So those were Jimmy Butler's comments about what went down. And I think I will have to concur with him, and I think a lot of people will. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way. Even when you think about the financials that go around this. You know, pulling off a trade like this. Nobody knew. Just those four people knew? Really? They pulled off the trade, and that's when they started crunching the numbers of how it worked? Or you're telling me it was just the GMs that did all of the calculations and everything like that? What about the physicals? Did they have to go through any physicals? Did you know anything about their prior history, or that was just taught? There's some, like when Ben Simmons was able to work out, but would get traded, but I thought you couldn't trade players that are injured. Like all kind of just stuff that would make you scratch your head and say, there has to be more to this story. Then, of course, you have the audio, the video, whatever it is, of Marcus Morris, who's describing when the trade was going down when his brother told him that LeBron wanted him to be included in the trade. Then you have all the other NBA players that said LeBron James knew, like Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, and all of those people. Then you have other people out there that say he didn't know. This is like one of the biggest mysteries in NBA history. But beyond all of that now, we are past that point. We are the more important point in this story. And the point where we are at right now is that LeBron is still on the Lakers. He's still on the Lakers. And yesterday we did a show reacting to a story surrounding LeBron's future with the Lakers, where they're saying they don't know what his future is. And my thing is, and my message to Laker Nation is, put on your seatbelts. Put on your seatbelts, because this is going to be a drama-filled season. It's either LeBron makes an early announcement that he's going to be retiring, or we're going to spend the rest of the season talking about either when is LeBron going to retire, or if the Lakers don't do well, the Lakers didn't give LeBron James enough in his last year as a Laker to go out there and win a title. Now, the irony in all of this is that when Luka was asked about the Lakers' chances to be successful this season, he believes they have enough. What a thought. Isn't that refreshing when you have a superstar in LA that believes that, look, I just need a little bit. I don't need everything. I just need a little bit, and I think we're going to be pretty good. It seems to be a major departure from what we've been hearing out of LA since 2016, 2017. Oh, we don't have enough help. This guy's not good enough. That coach is not good enough. This guy doesn't do this good enough. This is where we've been. Luka is just like, you give me some requisite pieces that I need, and we'll go out there and figure it out. So we are on the brink of ending this entire dramathon that has been the Lakers for the last 7-8 years. Right? So the Anthony Davis thing, yes, there's a lot of mystery around it. Who knows what happened? Was it the boogeyman? Was it? Nobody knows who did it. All right? Nobody knows who did it. It's one of the unsolved mysteries of the NBA. But at this point, guys, we actually have bigger fish to fry. We have bigger fish to fry. And my hope is at some point this season, LeBron makes an announcement that he's going to be retiring. So at least we can start kicking off this farewell tour. But there's some people out there that believe, oh, this guy is going to be playing for the next, 2 more years. 2 or 3 more years. Now, if he's going to be playing for the next 2 or 3 years, nobody knows where he's going to play. But we'll leave that for another day.